The city of Coachella has plans underway to save money towards establishing its own police department. I spoke today with Mayor Stephen Hernandez about why he wants to cut the contract with the Sheriff's Department. Mayor Hernandez, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Peter.
Let me start by asking you, why are you critical of the Sheriff's Department?
Well, two reasons. We know that the cost of our sheriff rates have gone up over 50% over the last 5 years. So when we talk about it from a fiduciary standpoint in the city council, the sheriff is very, very expensive. And I believe a lot of contract cities have raised this question to the sheriff. In fact, the sheriff said here that he wasn't going to raise rates. And in fact, we got the opposite. So from a cost perspective, we need local control to control the costs. Second, when it comes to accountability and transparency, we've heard the sheriff just most recently at the Board of Supervisors meeting say that he's going to do whatever he wants with respect to, just reaching out to the community, or maybe not reaching out to the community in that case. So what we're hearing over and over from our residents is that they would like a dialogue with the sheriff department. They would like a dialogue with the policies and procedures that they have. And as of now, we've heard the opposite. So I think for us, it's important that when we think about policing, when we think about community policing, the relationship that our police department would have with the community, or any police department for that matter with the community, is very, very important. That trust factor needs to be there. So it's trust and cost for us at the city of Coachella.
You mentioned transparency, and recently in the city of Coachella, there was cell phone video of a man being arrested and beaten by several deputies. There are calls now for the body cam footage to be released. And at this point, the Sheriff's Department is denying that request. Do you think that body cam footage should be released?
Yes, unequivocally, yes. We've been asking as a city council for the last 2 weeks for that footage. We were told that it would be released. And then when the protests started, then we heard that actually it's not going to be released. But I think if there's, if proper procedures were followed and things, as the sheriff said, that there was, an incident where the sheriffs were under attack, and I think the community has the right to see it for themselves. And why else are those body cameras there?
I'm curious, Mayor, have you had any conversations with Sheriff Chad Bianco?
We see him at the Board of Supervisors meetings on occasion, but we are definitely in the process of making contact with him and just letting him know where we stand.
But I just want to clarify, your issue is not so much law enforcement in general. Your issue is specifically with the Sheriff's Department, because you would like to replace the sheriffs with your own police.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I think that's a great point. Policing is something that we all need in our community. For us, it's about having the type of service that is going to be reflective of the values of the city of Coachella. At the same time, it's about being able to control the costs associated with our police department.
And I know last night you had your city council meeting. How much would it cost to make that transition from sheriff's deputies to police officers?
So the upfront cost is really the issue. We have done a previous study where it was an upfront cost of $10 to $15 million. And so what we gave yesterday was direction to start to put that money aside in our own budgets and our budget reserves. Now, with respect to the operations, today we spend upwards of $10.5 million to have our own, or to contract with the sheriff. And that's for 3 police officers or 3 sheriffs at any given time during the day in the city of Coachella. So it cost us $10.5 million to have 3 police officers or sheriff's deputies within the city of Coachella. That's a lot of money, and I think we can do better than that.
What would you say, Mayor Hernandez, to critics who are happy with things the way they are, who are supportive of having sheriff's deputies?
We understand them. We understand that they like the sheriff's service. Our goal when we create our own police department is to have just as good or even better of a service. So that those are our goals, and we're going to meet those goals in order to bring back our own police department.
All right, Mayor Hernandez, we appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.